your music, there's also vocals in them.
Mhm.
Is it true that you write the lyrics for your song?
Actually, I am not good in writing lyrics, so I worked with other people. And for instance, Michael Schulte, he also wrote the 3 songs he was in. He also wrote on the tracks, so I'm glad I have people I can work with like this.
Yeah, but you are involved when it comes to
Yeah,
lyrics.
sure. Yeah, I'm in the writing sessions, and yes.
What is important for you when it comes to the lyrics of a song?
On this album, I have 2 very personal tracks. That's Please Say Rosie and Leaving to New York. So Please Say Rosie shows a part of my life. It shows the life at the moment. So actually, okay, it's singing I come back in the end of September, but at the moment it looks like I come back in the end of October. The whole festival season, and this track is about giving something away for the passion, like for my music, for the music I can play, I can show it in the world. I have to lose a bit of my private life. So that's in this song, and in Leaving to New York, it was a wish for me to move to New York for part-time, because I never lived in a different city than Berlin, and I visit so many cities, so many countries, and there's only one city for me compares to Berlin. It was New York, and I like the part on New York is it's a extremely big city, and you still can have this nice corners. You can still have eat your breakfast on a cozy road. So
Yeah.
that's what I like.
Did you make that wish come true?
Yeah, the plan is to move for 2 months next year to New York.
Wow.
It's nice to you can have this the opportunities with your music to say, okay, I'll be free to work in New York. I'll be free just touring more in the USA.
Do you feel like the city where you live has influence on your music?
Yes, totally.
In what way?
The easiest way to describe why the city has influences on my music is the city is full with artists. So it's always easy to find someone plays the guitar for you just on this day you need it. Or yeah, and so you have plenty contacts. You have other artists, and I think that's the main thing Berlin has. It's like the connecting with all the artists.
Is that also one of the reasons why you never moved from the place
Yes.
where you grew up?
Yeah, it was. I mean, first it's very nice to live there. I mean, it's cheap. It's nice food, nice corners. You have good things in the city. And then later when I started producing, I learned the other way. All the artists living there, and I can't imagine to move in my life, honestly, somewhere else.
And I wanted to go back to the album for a bit. You said that this album has a more pop sound.
Yeah, and also more club sound. It's more. The album goes more in a direction I can play it in a club or in a festival, and I love to have it more clubby this time and more poppy, as well. And because on the first album, after I created it, I want to play the songs, and I made edits for myself, but it's not working out. So I had live shows, but it's not my kind of show. So I really want to be a DJ. I really want to be an artist on the decks. And this album now, it's more created for me in a club.
Yeah, because is it also true that you were already working on this album while your first album wasn't
Yes.
even finished yet?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Yeah, because I learned so much from the first album. It was a very important step. So I think it's still a great album, but for me nowadays I know so much more. I thought, okay, why you did this like this, and yeah.
Yeah. So was it a long process for you then, for this new album?
Yeah, not that long like the first album, but yeah, the writing I began in the summer last year, and producing like mostly I did in winter. So I took months off or about 2 months, but I just had a few shows.
Yeah, of course. Is it hard for you to make new music because you're touring a lot with DJing?
It goes hand in hand. So without the touring, without the traveling, I don't have the experience part. So I need time in the studio, but just based in Berlin then, and I also need the traveling time. So because then you learn about yourself, you learn about ideas.
So that's also the place where you get your inspiration from.
Yes, I think that's very important, and I would say the people I work with are at least important, like the traveling.
Yeah, and there was a time that you used to play in a DJ team.
Yes.
What do you prefer, in a team or alone?
Alone. So I'm. It's not. I can play with other people, but it's. I've very strong head. I have an idea what I want, and I found a person I had much fun and I had a good time with, but I really need more free space when I'm playing.
Yeah, and what is important for you when you decide to collaborate with other artists?
There's no key for it. It's just when I meet people or when I. It was in a writing session, so the Verlag on English. The publishing helped me with artists. Just hey, maybe this voice, and then all the people came together and on the writing, and so I don't have a key. I don't like to have big feature names. So it's I think.
Why not?
The first album shows I don't need them, so I was good on my own, and it's just. Yeah, I don't like it maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I like it just to be the front person on the album, not having a bigger feature or something.
Yeah. Have you already started working on new material?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I thinking about the third album.
Really?
Yes.
Why an album and not an EP? Because there was an EP between.
Yeah, there was
your
EP
last
and many remixes, but I found so much fun on working on albums because it's more you're working conceptual, so you can work on a track that never fits in a club. But yeah, I'm more free in albums, and I can have an intro, I can have an outro. So to have an intro and outro on the EP, it's maybe a bit weird.
Yeah. Are you scared when it comes to your sound that maybe your fans won't take it as well?
Of course, you always disappoint people with your music. So there's always a guy saying, it was everything better when you are not known, or but I think I did a very good solution with the second album to show partly the first album, but going more to the club. So the people just know me from the album, maybe accept a bit different, but the people know me from the club. Maybe I'm more happy. So.
But you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mind maybe.
Yeah.
Of course I mind because it's very near to me. The sound, it's my sound, it's my baby, and yeah, I think it was for me important to make the people happy in the club because I'm happy in the club.
Yeah, but it doesn't really influence your creative process.
No. So I think that's just my way of doing now. It's going more on one hand clubby and one hand more poppy.
Yeah, and then one last question: what was the song on your new album that set the tone for the rest of your album?
Actually, there was one track I worked the most on it, but I'm not sure it's the song. It was Medicine, so it has a long journey, this track, and actually was one of the first I started producing, and it's one of the tracks that takes me most time.
Yeah, why?
My idea was this song. It's my first single when I created, but then it wasn't catchy enough. So I tried to have a catchy element in it. So, but this journey goes on, trying another, and in the end, it's like the first version.
Yeah, and is that something important for you, having something catchy in a song?
Yes. So if it's a techno song, I like to have a catchy sound, and if it's a pop song, I like to have a catchy vocal or.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.